Peace. Namaste. Shalom. Greetings. What's going on, people? Happy Thursday. Happy day of Jupiter. As you can see, I'm wearing my purple today. Today's the day for expansion, and most people do it for money magic too. So today's the good day for, expansion, abundance, prosperity. You know what I mean? So hopefully y'all have had an excellent week. As people continue to get crazier and crazier, just hope you are maintaining your sanity out here. I mean, because some of the stuff that I'm still seeing, just like, wow, this is what it's come to, huh? Before I begin anything, I was just shown this from a friend. I was just shown this. So, what's his name? Dr. Phil. I'm not sure if this is recent or not. I saw the article and was totally put off by it. I mean, it was talking about canceled words and phrases in this generation. And one of the phrases was mom and dad. Can you believe that? Mom and dad. This one woman spoke up and said she considers mom and dad offensive because she has a child. Okay? She has a child, and the child has two mothers. So she wants to be called mom and mom. So when she sees mom and dad in school, she's offended because it's taught in school. So when she sees this, she's offended by it. So the term is mom and dad. That's been the term when it's a two-parent household. And now they want to consider this offensive. I don't know. I think Dr. Phil himself disagreed with what she was saying. It's like, I have no problem calling you mom and mom, but why is mom and dad offensive to you? So it was like, seriously? And then can we do a door pause? Yeah, one of my favorite pictures of Dora. Woo! So, hey, Anubis, how are you doing? I'm good. Hey, what's going on, Delroy Johnson? What's up? What's up? So I had to do a Dora pause like at the beginning of this live stream because I could not believe what I was seeing. And I was like, wow. So I don't even know what to say to that. It's like that's not wanting equality. At this point, it's not wanting equality. It's wanting to be considered special. I said what I said, period. What's up, Donna? What's up? Because that's my favorite picture of Dora. Oh, I got another one. Yeah, I got another one. Let me see if I can find it. I wasn't trying to be, well, yeah, I was trying to be funny, but I couldn't help myself. I said, you know what? The next time I do a door pause, I'm going to include a picture. And so I came across that picture. I'm like, oh, Dora's looking pretty grown up here, isn't she? Ah, shit, Dora pause. Sorry. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I know I'm stupid. Okay. So yeah, that's a thing now. I'm not sure it's a thing. Like I said, I'm not sure if this was no, it was actually posted 2 days ago. So um yeah, mom and dad is considered offensive to some people. Yeah. All right. So let's get to it. This is part 2 of the gospel according to Magick La Croix. All right. So it's very, very important, right? Thou shalt always seek true spirituality and spiritual sight. Thou shalt always seek true spirituality and spiritual sight. All right. So what do I mean by that? I mean, true spirituality is not going to be given to you, for one thing. Is you're not going to find it on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook. You're not going to find it within another person or a teacher. You have to go within. There's just no getting around that. Okay. If you want to, spirituality, true spirituality is power in itself. When you realize the nature of everything around you and the nature of the universe, that is true spirituality. Your magic will flow a whole lot easier and faster, more efficiently. Okay. You will hit your targets. All right. There was a reason Buddhist monks, they went into isolation to seek spirituality. They eventually began to be able to communicate telepathically. They began to be able to do a whole bunch of other things, psychic things. Okay. It's important. You know what I mean? It's important. This these TikTok witches and all that, that's nonsense. You know what I mean? That is complete nonsense. You should always seek true spirituality, spiritual sight. Spiritual sight is sight beyond sight, seeing the inner realms. Okay. You see the inner realms and they'll manifest quicker, and you will see the fuckery around you instantly or within seconds when you have spiritual sight. The reason they put fluoride in water and all these GMO foods is to fuck up your spiritual sight. That's the exact reason why. Okay. You can't have spiritual sight and have a calcified pineal gland. You just can't. It's the most important part of your body, in my opinion. Okay. This is where you go into hyperspace. This is where your two hemispheres of your brain merge, right at the pineal gland. Okay. You'll be able to see. You won't be able, let me put it this way, you won't be able to be gender deceived any longer. If you listened to me before, you'll know exactly what I mean when I speak of that. All right. I mean, we have kids meowing in class and have animals right now in California. So anything is offensive now. We have a little boy identifying as a dog now. Okay, so I ain't see that. I didn't see that. I'm not surprised. A dog, okay. So a little boy is identifying as a dog now. And wasn't it the last time we spoke or last time I went live, a girl was identified as a cat? I think it was, yeah. So you got to understand mental illness is running rampant, and it is supported and it is encouraged. Let me say that again. Mental illness is running rampant. It is encouraged. It is supported. All right. A lot of the things that I say on here, unless you have spiritual sight, it will fly over your head. Okay. Once you have spiritual sight, you will understand what the master teachers or the elders, however you want to refer to them as, you will understand what they were talking about. You'll begin to connect the dots. Okay. Remember, I said there are spiritual systems, magical systems, I should say. There are magical systems that help you with this. There was a reason it was sought out. Okay. Just think of it this way. You have 7 bodies. 7. You have this physical body, which is the densest body, and you have 6 subtle bodies: astral, etheric, spiritual, mental, and a couple others. Okay? But this right here is your most dense. And this is the one that they can attack through external means. That makes sense to me, since spirituality is like between religion and science. Absolutely, Donna. Absolutely. You're absolutely correct. It is. There's kids allowed to identify as animals and have their animal rights now. If you treat them like people, you can be arrested for a hate crime. Wow. This is in California, though, right? So I expect that. That's a blue state, isn't it not? Is it not? Man, look, without rehashing old stuff, I said, if you get that Democrat in office, watch what happens. I haven't been proven wrong yet. It is what it is. It's in California, I bet. Wow. You can be arrested for a hate crime if you treat them like a person. Now, if that isn't mental illness, what the fuck is? You got people encouraging kids to act like animals and actually be animals. Dora, pause. Oh, forgot to show the picture, but I ain't gonna do that though. It is what it is. What's up, Ray Sean? Y'all give me a minute here. You can be arrested for, I'm tripping off that one. You can be arrested for a hate crime. Wow. That's crazy, but let's move on. Let us move on. The gospel, according to Magick La Croix, part 2. Thou shalt respect the ways of the craft. Thou shalt respect the ways of the craft. In this current society of do whatever you want and whenever you want, they've gotten totally away from, there's rules for everything. Okay. There are galactic laws that have been broken, but I'm not going into that subject. That's a different subject. There are laws, there are rules to go with everything. Okay. Universal laws. They are put into place for a reason. Magic is no different. Okay. Remember when I said when I was Wiccan, or I identified as Wiccan, but when I was, in a Wiccan practice, I said that what I stopped believing in was thou shalt hurt none. thou shalt harm them. Because it's a universal law that you have every right to protect yourself and your loved ones. Okay. A lot of these things that's going on, one of the ways of the craft is to know, to will, to dare, to be silent. Okay. Bragging about what you got and not being humble, and then they explain. Powerful witches, warlocks, sorcerers, whatever, do not have to tell people that they are powerful. Okay. They exude a certain power. Okay. You're supposed to be humble. All right. You're not supposed to attack people just to attack people because you don't like people. You know what I mean? Not saying just stand by and let people fuck with you. I'm not saying that. But there's a time and place for everything. Okay. One of those laws also is respect nature and all animals. This is one of the things we've gotten away from. I shouldn't say we, because I haven't gotten away from it. Here we go. The damn Telegram app, boy. I just got my book, Visual Magic by Jan Fries. I can't wait to see what techniques is in it. Jan Fries' Visual Magic is great. That's a great book. I'm glad you got that one. I guess so. Anubis asked so the child can wear dog leash. I guess so. I don't know. We really in a do what thou wilt, brought to us by Aleister Crowley. Even Satanism is supposed to be like what Hollywood is doing. Exactly. Yes, exactly, Donna. Donna, you are really wise. And I'm not trying to put you out there, because I still, your age is fucking with me, but you're really wise. I'm glad you interact on here. But yeah, do as thou will. Okay. You're not supposed to be trying to do death spells on people. What exactly would a death spell, what would call for a death spell? If someone is actually trying to take you out, absolutely. Absolutely. It is a universal law that you have every right to protect yourself. But just going around flexing just to show on social media, that's not how it's supposed to be, And that's why I say that, these TikTok witches and Facebook and I made this much money and if you're a true spiritual person, you don't do all that. Okay? This is why, and I'm going back to the last tenet. This is why you need spiritual sight. I can't stress that enough. Okay? Because you'll be able to easily discern between someone who's full of shit and a legitimate spiritual person. Okay? If you have a pineal gland that's calcified, you ain't gonna be able to see shit. All right? They are constantly putting out stuff to block your spiritual sight. This is a fact. It's not my opinion. This is a fact. Okay? There's 2 supplements that I know of that can help with decalcifying your pineal gland. One is selenium, SELENIUM. The other, L-lysine, L-LYSINE. You know what? I'm gonna come to that point a little later, Donna. I'm glad you said that though, because it's gonna remind me. It's gonna remind me what I wanted to say next. Okay? We're talking the Gospel of Magick La Croix, according to Magick La Croix, part 2 today. Okay. Now, of course, I don't consider myself like a master teacher. I don't consider myself someone who has some kind of authority, okay? I am just merely suggesting. Throughout my years, it's been a minute, I've come across some things, I've ran across some things, I've experimented, I've, went through hell to get to this point where I'm at today. So all I'm doing is sharing what I know with you. That's all I'm doing. Okay, respect the ways of the craft. All right. I'm writing them in the chat. Also, watermelon can help with your pineal gland. Drink plenty of alkaline water. Okay. But decalcify that pineal gland. That's where your spiritual sight centers from. Okay. It has always been revered in ancient times. That pineal gland, that little gland is right there. It's actually not your third eye, it's your first eye. Okay. It's that important. It's so important that the powers that be try to keep everyone from, not opening. Oh, absolutely welcome. Absolutely welcome. Where are we? Here we go. This is one of my favorites. Next tenet. This is one of my favorites. Thou shalt seek out a mentor, teacher, or a master. Thou shalt seek out a mentor, teacher, or master. I think this one is very, very important. Remember, when I was crossing over into the dark side, if you don't know my particular story, when I was crossing over into the dark side, I wanted and I tried to find a teacher. I wanted someone to mentor me. Okay? If you look at old Kung Fu flicks, they always had a teacher who always had a master. You know what I mean? It's always been that way. Okay? Seek out someone who knows more than you do. Okay? In this era of I'm gonna do everything myself, it doesn't work with this particular field. It just doesn't. You know what I mean? I wish, I still, in my early stages, wish I had a teacher. Okay? I realized recently that this was my path. I was meant to travel this way. It was long and arduous. Okay? Of course, if you don't want anyone to instruct you or guide you, you can do it yourself, but watch how long it takes you. It will take you a very long time to get to a point where you can be called an adept. Okay? This has always been the path. You could only find knowledge in the mystery systems through a teacher. The Egyptian, since everyone knows Egyptian, the Egyptian mystery systems took you 40 years to graduate from. And Jesus and Moses both attended. Since everybody's familiar with that, that's what I'm using as an example. Okay. Yes. See what Donna says, actually an eye. It's yes, absolutely. It's a dried up eye. It sure is. What do you think the Cyclops mythology is about? Why do you think the Indian women they wear a jewel right there in front of it? Okay. Oh, my point. My point. Before I lose it, though, my point. You should seek out someone who knows more than you do. It's only wise to do so. Okay. This makes sense to y'all? Don't forget, as I'm talking, don't forget to hit that like button, share, subscribe, please. Why would you not want some help when it comes to this? There's so many things to learn. There's so much to learn. There's so many different paths. Okay, which is the right one? You know, find a guide if you can. Find a guide. Otherwise, you're gonna be trying to connect the dots. There are times now where I look back on my journey and I think about some of the things that were said to me in like 2008 is just now making sense to me. I go and look at Bobby Hemmett or Azazel Bay's works now. I totally see them in a different light. It makes a whole lot more sense to me. Okay? That's if you choose to travel this path. That makes sense, everybody? Y'all with me? Y'all all right? I'm not going to take much of your time today, but I thought I was actually asked to do a part 2 to this. So that's what I'm doing. Thou shalt realize that all things are connected and are parts of the whole. Thou shalt realize that all things are connected and are parts of the whole. When you actually come to the realization of who you are, it's a profound experience. Okay? Everything is connected. Everything comes from one source. Everything. You are part of the source, or what you may call God. You are not better than any animal or any insect. Okay? Everything is energy. Everything is connected. Remember, when Neo woke up after they thought they killed him, the way he started, that's a great example right there. The way he looked at everything, it now made sense to him. He woke up. He saw the interconnection of everything around him. That's why he was able to manipulate it. Same thing, exact same thing. Realize that you are part of a great spiritual whole. Okay? Ye are gods. That's what it means. Forgive my silence. I'm trying to see where I'm at. Here's a good one. Thou shalt learn to play chess and not checkers. Thou shalt learn to play chess and not checkers. What I mean by this, everything that you see, the powers that be, they play chess. Everybody else is playing checkers. Okay? Chess is a great game to learn. It teaches you how to think a couple steps ahead in different ways to get out of traps. It's a totally great mind exercise, learning how to play chess. Okay. Especially like if you got like a court case or something like that, you cannot go playing chess with checkers with their laws that they set up. You have to play chess, and you have to even the playing field. You have to level the playing field. How do you do that? You use magic. Because the system itself is unfair. We all know this. Some people just accept it as that's the way things are supposed to be. No, that's not the way things are supposed to be. Okay, you were not meant to wake up, go to work, sleep, and die. There's more to life than that. Way more. The art of war. You can apply this. Playing chess. Okay. The art of war is not just an instruction manual. You can actually take the art of war into a corporate environment and come out on top. I know, I've done it. In the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Strategy. A lot of us just think linear. You have to think strategically. Move like a bishop or a queen. I forget the other powerful pieces on the board, but it applies to life. Magic levels the playing field. It really does. This is why I've been stressing to people, if you're going to learn it, learn it. Don't bullshit and don't half-step it. And thou shalt not suffer a dabbler. I hate dabblers. You know what I mean? I hate dabblers. That's not respecting the craft either. Just going, try to do a spell whenever you feel like it, and then 6 months later, oh, I need something done, and do it. Respect the ways of the craft. Learn it. I think I caught people at a bad time today. Thought, yeah, it's about to be the weekend, so I don't see a lot of normal people in here, but that's quite all right. It's quite all right. I think I am going to write a book, but the kind of book where I have written these tenets down. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm going to do that. It's definitely going to be beginner friendly. Talking the gospel according to me today. Part 2. Thou shalt take care of thyself, mind, body, and soul, aka mentally, physically, spiritually. They are one and the same. You should take care of all parts of you. Okay? All parts of you. Your mental health, very important. Your physical health, very important. Your physical health can be affected by a whole lot of external factors and stress. You know what I mean? It is not normal to pass away at 59 years old. That's young, relatively young. Remember, we used to live hundreds of years. It was not normal to die at around 70, 80 years old. That's not normal. I know it sounds strange, but it's not. We should live a very, very long time. Okay? You got to take care of yourself. There's more to life than working, sleeping, and dying, especially the working part. You have to take time for yourself. Enjoy life. Okay? Some of the most powerful people I know are the most humblest and the most at peace. It's just that important. I hope you do that. Oh yeah, I am. As a matter of fact, Tosh just came in here. Tosh is the one who convinced me to write a book. And hey, what's up, Tosh? Who died at 59? Coolio. Coolio passed away recently. That's not a normal thing, y'all. 59 years old. And I saw an article. I was really curious. I saw an article that it said conspiracy theorists surmise that he died, he passed away because he was jabbed. But they said, they made sure to say that conspiracy theorists. Dora, pause. They made it seem like Jesus was a young man. I always thought he died at like 25 or something. I thought it was 33. You know, you got to read other books though, besides the Bible. In order to connect the dots, you have to keep searching. And that's where I came up with the other tenet. Always, that was the first one I said today. Always seeks true spirituality. You got to read the Gnostic texts to get the real deal Jesus. The Nag Hammadi library. Read the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Adam. You know what I mean? The Gospel of Eve. Those are all in there. You know what I mean? I hope he rests in peace too. You know. But yeah, he's only 59 years old. And I saw that article. I'm like, oh, they made sure they say conspiracy theorists. Said he got it. He got it. Then not long after. I mean, what? Oh man. When are you going to have another Q&A live? I can do it tomorrow if you want me to. Same time, 4 o'clock my time. If you want, I will do it tomorrow. If y'all are up for that, Anubis, Donna, y'all agree with Tosh, I will do a Q&A live tomorrow. Waiting your responses. Thanks, I will. I was never interested because I knew the Bible was full of it. It just felt like a lot of stuff was missing because of the weird jumps in reading. There's a lot of stuff missing, but there's a lot of stuff that's in there also. You can't treat everything like a literal story, like the Psalms. The Psalms are spells. It's a book of spells. The Psalms, spells. Okay, Revelation, that a lot of that is allegory and metaphors. Okay, this is why you read the Nag Hammadi library along with the Bible and any Gnostic text. I guarantee your mind will start to connect the dots. I guarantee it. Why do you think they killed them off? They killed them off for a reason. Oh. Okay, y'all like that? All right, I'll do it tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will be here. Q&A live. Please don't stand me up. I remember one time I scheduled it with my guests and very few people were there. Another important one. Thou shalt link with other like-minded spiritual people. Build a spiritual team. Okay? Build a spiritual team. Now more than ever, you need to link up with those who think like you do. Now more than ever. There are a lot of people, there are a lot of clones out here posing as people. All right? Build you a spiritual team. I have a very small inner circle, very small. Okay? They're the only ones I really truly feel like I can speak deeply with. You got agents and spies all over the place, believe it or not. Okay? Build you a spiritual team. Okay? Share information, share books. You know, like I said, mine is very, 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 very small. You're going to put an alarm at 4 p.m.? Okay, I'm going to hold you to it too, Tosh. You too, Donna, and you too, Anubis. All of y'all. This one is very important. All right. I'm going to like this segment. Thou shalt stop watching movies and TV shows for mere entertainment. A lot of these shows, movies, are disclaimers and disclosures. That's what they are. Even the news, mainstream media is theater. Okay? You have to start looking spiritually everywhere. There are so many movies that reveal so much. I just seen the Book of Eli again. I could not remember it for the life of me from the first time I seen it. You know what I mean? The Book of Eli was great. And the one thing I got out of the Book of Eli with Denzel Washington, he had sight beyond sight, right? Memory. Some grimoires tell you to memorize them. Memory is great magic. Believe it or not, it is. Remembrance. He had a whole Bible memorized, and he was blind, and yet he was kicking ass. I do apologize if you've not seen that movie. It's a great movie. And the protagonist, the antagonist, was like, with that book, I can control everybody. He was talking about the Bible. Salute, brother Terenzo. What's going on? That's why they're following universal law, because technically they're telling us that we don't push back, so we gave consent. Absolutely. Exactly. They followed it. That's how they get away with it. They follow universal law and nobody pushes back. And so they continue to do what they do. That's why I said things would continue the way they were, the way they are. Things will continue. There are so many spiritual movies, study movies. Okay. It was from Bobby Hemmett and Azazel Bay that I started studying movies, looking beyond mere entertainment. Okay. I just seen a movie last Friday I had never seen before, and the critics bashed it. Anytime a critic bash a movie, check the movie out. It's called Holy Man, Eddie Murphy. He was truly a holy man. One of the things he said in this movie, it wasn't supposed to be like this. He said, I've been watching y'all for a long time. You know, I don't even think the people in the movie caught when he said that. But it was also about commercialism and getting fame and fortune off spirituality. It was so many metaphysical gems in Holy Man. I'm like, why have I not ever heard about this movie? You know what I mean? It is a great movie when you look at it beyond entertainment. Holy Man. And yes, the critics bashed the hell out of it. There's another movie. Now I got movie suggestions to go along with this. They will put serious topics in as comedy so that you'll just see it as comedy. Think about it again. They follow universal laws because there's no pushback. So they put everything in movies. I'm telling y'all, they put everything in movies. Dogma, D-O-G-M-A. Dogma with Chris Rock, Salma Hayek, J.M. Silent Bob, Ben Affleck. Who else is that? I said Chris Rock already? So many superstars in that movie. But it shows you, it shows angels, what some of them are, what some of them aren't. Supernatural. I know I've suggested this before. I know I have. Will show you the real deal power behind angels. And remember, I'm always saying, Kabbalistic magic, which is angel magic, runs this shit. Why you think these people who call themselves Jews are in control? Everything's based on the Kabbalah. Who the hell is calling me from Nebraska? Whatever. About Jesus or his death at 33. Yes, interesting allegorical metaphor indeed. 33 is a very significant number. 33. The movie Renegade that I suggested before, another powerful movie. I would have never heard about this movie had it not been for Bobby Hemmett. I would never heard of Renegade. Okay, it's one of my favorites now. I watch it at least once a year. Okay, this movie is all about Native culture, Native spirituality, and the use of sacred plants to see on the inner realms. That's where I was getting at before. To see on the inner realms, spiritual sight. Spiritual sight helps you with discernment. Feel me? Dogma. Oh, I said Dogma. I'm sorry. Ghostbusters, both 1 and 2. Metaphysical movie. Absolutely. Metaphysical gems. Okay. Metaphysical gems. You got to see it. Look beyond especially when that ziggurat at the top of the I think the Empire State Building, and there was a Babylonian god there. It drops so much esoteric wisdom in that movie. Ghostbusters. Yes, Ghostbusters. Absolutely. Anything by M. Night Shyamalan. Any movie by him. Any movie by him. Devil is one of my favorites. Devil. And you think he's Indian. M. Night Shyamalan, he's Indian. So all of his movies has some kind of significance, just like Jordan Peele. You know what I mean? Lady in the Water was great. That one's about mythologies and a water nymph, from which the term nymphomaniac comes. I know I spend a lot of time, but I have so many suggestions as far as spiritual movies. I'm not going to go into all of them, but I figured I'd tell y'all something. The Prince of Darkness. Prince of Darkness. John Carpenter, 1987. 1987. Not only is this a metaphysical movie, it was showing the technology in the future broadcasting to the past, to a certain group of people. And so they all started sharing the same dreams. Yeah. That is the bomb movie. 80s horror, true 80s horror, that movie, Prince of Darkness. Okay. I could go on all day about this particular subject. As far as movies, spiritual, metaphysical / spiritual movies. Okay. The Golden Child. The Golden Child. Astral travel, power, you know, true power. The Last Dragon. Power of the Glow. Finding the master within. Okay. At the close to the end, Leroy got baptized 3 times. He got baptized 3 times when he's put his head in the water. And he finally said, I am. Okay. Then Ascension. The Never Ending Story is a great movie. The Never Ending Story is not a kid's movie. Not at all. That right there shows different bodies, different timelines. Not different timelines, but it's just a really magic. I can't find the words, but The Never Ending Story is a great metaphysical story. I heard, Tosh, about Game of Thrones, but I've never seen not one episode. I watched one episode. No, I watched 15 minutes of the first episode of Game of Thrones. Why? Because I wanted to see the ice wall. That was all I wanted to see. That was it. That was it. I didn't want to see nothing else. I wanted to see that ice wall. I have not watched anything other than that. It's not my medieval things. That's kind of not my thing to watch. I don't enjoy those kind of movies. You know, I'm more horror, especially horror. Speaking of multiple timelines, The Fountain. That's a great movie. Metaphysical. The Fountain. Multiple timelines. Okay. Hugh Jackman. AKA Wolverine in the X-Men. He plays in that movie. Him and Rachel Weisz of the Mummy. She was in that. The Fountain. Dark City. Dark City not only shows you the shape of the earth, it also shows you the construction of the Matrix. That, as well as the Lawnmower Man. And let me add one more to that. Existence. All three of those. Just like in Existence, they connect your body, your central nervous system to the game. Yeah. Just like in Avatar, when she was teaching Jake to ride that animal, he connected his hair to something on like the horn of the animal, and they connected. Like he jacked in. If you haven't seen the movie, of course, you're not gonna know what I'm talking about, but you know, yeah. One more, Star Wars. Okay, Star Wars. Specifically, The Empire Strikes Back. When Luke went to go get his training from Yoda, Yoda lived in a swamp under very meager conditions, yet he was the most powerful Jedi that existed. You know what I mean? These are not just movies, y'all. I watched The Fountain and it confused the fuck out of me. Yeah, it's confusing. It's confusing. Existence. Yes, I love Existence. Dark City was great. Dark City was great. Kiefer Sutherland is in that one. All right. Gospel according to Magick La Croix, aka me. Thou shalt always take time to relax, rest, and release. Thou shalt always take time to relax, rest, and release. We live in an environment that doesn't call for that. Most people are stressed out on a daily basis. You know what I mean? People don't know how to relax. Yet and still, your body needs it. Okay? Your body needs it. The last corporate job that I had a pain in my chest. I was a supervisor. When I left that same day, because I was going to go see a doctor because that pain was there for a minute. And I was getting worried. When I left, same day, that pain lifted. It was gone completely. No exaggeration. I remember Terenzo's still here. I called him and said, I can't believe, I said I was sad, but not really. I was relieved to leave. Relieved. That's how much stress a corporate job can put on you. Okay? But you have to learn how to balance. You can't be a highly stressed individual and try and practice magic or spirituality. Okay? You have to recharge. You have to take time out. Ground yourself in nature. Take a bath. Take a bath or go outside barefoot and ground to the earth. Watch lectures, not just like Love and Hip Hop and all that bullshit. Reality TV, which is a fucking oxymoron. Ain't nothing real about it. Okay? We have to learn to rest ourselves, rest our minds, and get some sleep. I know that sounds weird saying get sleep, but it's necessary. It is necessary. It's absolute. Every time I get some good sleep and I wake up and I'm dreaming a lot, speaking of which, you spend one third of your life dreaming. Why is that not important? So when I hear somebody say they don't remember their dreams, I'm like, that's not normal. You're supposed to. Your spirit, your body's supposed to be at rest. Your spirit's supposed to be roaming and having adventures. Okay. When I wake up, I'm in such a great mood when my body has rested. I have full days. Me and my wife, we wake up very early when it's still dark outside to work out. And our day starts from there. We don't take naps. We go all day. You know what I mean? All day. You know, when we relax, when we go to sleep, it's time to sleep. We sleep. You know what I mean? But if you can take a nap in the daytime, please do. This is how your body regenerates itself. It's when you sleep. This is when your brain secretes melatonin and serotonin. Okay? You have to rest and relax your body. You have to. Yes, take a spiritual bath. If you can't do nothing but take a bath with a few drops of Florida water or some salt, sea salt, do that. Okay? Wash your aura's ass. I got that from somebody. Got that from, who did I get that from? Shango Ray, I think, that came on here a couple years ago. Wash your aura's ass. That is important. It is important because if you're out and about all day or if you work all day, your aura is picking up so much spiritual sludge and energies. You know what I mean? You have to protect it. You can take home some bullshit from the work environment. Then you wonder why you get into an argument with your spouse. Oh, where am I? This one. Thou shalt not spend hours on mindless social media shenanigans. Now that's going to be hard for some people. That's going to be hard for some people. However, this is also important. Okay. Spirits travel through electronics, believe it or not. All right. I got off Facebook one day and was aggravated. And then I had tried to figure out why I was aggravated. Every little thing was aggravating me. But I saw so much bullshit on Facebook one day. It affected me. You know what I mean? And I know better. I know better. You know, what I do, I think I started having a conversation with my wife or something I did. Or I just I have a spray bottle with Florida water and rose water, and I just sprayed myself down, you know. Energy is a very real thing. Okay. It's a very real thing. And social media is there for experiments. Okay. This is how they monitor you and suggest all kinds of bullshit. You know, I can scroll my Facebook page and I'll come across at least 3 Lizzo ads, articles, or Cardi B because it was her birthday or something like that. No. If you got time to spend on social media, you got time to read a book. Read a page or 2 a day. A book. People don't believe in reading anymore. No. I was suggesting in a group that I'm in, a movie the first thing that came to this person's mouth was, where's it streaming? I'm like, streaming? This is a 1974 flick or something like that. I'm like, it's not streaming anywhere. But this is how everybody's caught up on social media. Okay? It's for your mental health. All right. It does have an effect on you. Social media does. Right. Donna again is on it. Your phone is a spirit portal. There's two black mirrors facing each other in it. And what is that movie that shows about how spirits travel through electronics? Pulse. Well, what's her name? Not Maya. What's the other one's name? The one that was in the movie with Nick Cannon. I think she's Hispanic. What's the name of it? I can't think of her name. Pretty young lady. You don't hear nothing about her anymore, but I can't think of her name. Jeez. I can only read a book late at night when it's quiet. Then, I mean, take the time to do it then, whenever you can. I make time to read every day, but that's me. That's me. I just think it's important. I just think it's important. I think I only have like one more. Here we are. And then I'm going to close it out. Thou shalt not subject thy soul and spirit to trauma porn. Okay? Thou shalt not subject thy soul and spirit to trauma porn. Why would you look at anything that evokes certain emotions within yourself? Okay? Notice every time during the election, they show slave movies. Every time, without fail. Okay? Without fail. They do this all the time. Okay? You have a choice in what you watch and subject yourself to. Okay? You can invoke spirits by watching certain shit, AKA Jeffrey Dahmer. Why is this out now? Ask yourself, why is this movie out right now? Knowing what he did. That happened a long time ago. Why is it out now? You know what I mean? Slave movies. I heard Emmett Till movie is coming out. You know, this is energy stealing and harvesting is a very, very real thing. And that's how they do it. That's exactly how they do it. Okay. You should not subject yourself. I call it trauma porn. I couldn't get past one episode, not one episode of the movie that's streaming on Amazon Prime called They, I think. I hear that the mother got raped in one of the scenes. I'm like, why would I subject myself to that? Y'all got to think. Don't do this to yourself. Please don't do it to yourself. Trauma porn. But I read my Kabbalistic magic book. I'm glad you're doing it. I'm glad you're sticking with that. If you have any questions, you can always ask too. Yeah, I'm not watching that Emmett Till movie either. I'm not watching Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm not watching anything that's going to evoke certain emotions within myself. Okay. I'm suggesting y'all don't. You have a choice what you can do. You know what I mean? I can choose to watch actual porn, sexual porn, as opposed to a slave movie. I know that's a really bad example. That's a really bad example, but I think y'all get my point. Yeah. I would rather look at actual porn than watch trauma porn. Yeah. I'm not subjecting myself to that, and I'm not having no discussions with anybody about it. It's just that simple. Okay. Dharma uses binaural beats. You can feel the victim spirits coming through. Wow, that's an interesting statement, Donna. You heard from witches that you can feel the spirits showing up? That's what I'm talking about. See? And I see people just going through all these emotions on Facebook and having these discussions. I'm sitting back watching, like, why are you watching it? It's designed to do that. That's exactly what it's designed to do. Stop doing it to yourself. I am not doing it, you know? Protect your spirit and your soul, okay? Protect your spirit and your soul. You have a choice how that goes. No one else is in control of it but you, okay? And that is the gospel according to Magick La Croix, part 2. I hope y'all enjoyed. I did promise tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, I will do a live question and answer session. Fridays, I know a lot of people aren't here because it's Friday and people are gearing up for the weekend, which is totally fine. I get it, you know. But since y'all asked, I will do a question and answer live tomorrow. Okay. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to get on out of here. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for interacting. As always, the one, the only Magick La Croix. I will see y'all tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks for tuning in, and I'm out. Namaste.